Alrighty. So we got another great day in Eve. We're going to do something a little bit different to start here today. And that is that I have a tier 2 BPO. And with that, the question came up of like, can I do better by manufacturing this in null? Well, the obvious answer is yes. But the problem is that a tier 2 BPO, which is what this is crazy expensive. I don't know what this is worth. We looked it up a few weeks ago, kind of, and it seemed like it might be worth somewhere between 50 and 100 billion, if I remember right. And now you'll never get that much out of it when you are. You'll never get that much out of it when you use it in manufacturing. Its value comes from those people who want the status of having one of these super rare BPOs. And so how much money can I make from it? I can... I don't remember. 300 million a month? I think I can make from it. It's not a huge amount, is it? So doesn't necessarily justify a worth of it if it's worth 100 billion, right? So, anyway, I wanted to see if I could make more money out of it. And I'm not going to take it into null. At best, maybe I would take it into low sec. But the reason for that is that I don't want to take it into a station that can be blown up. And so it has to remain in an NPC station. So I've got, okay, so there's a run here. Let me finish that up on there. I did a short run on it, getting kind of ready for this. And so I've got, these materials here that are required for building it, which I should be able to get in null. And then I want to, let's see, is that invention or is that copy? That's time efficiency research? Yeah, okay, not right. Okay, so copying. So for copying, I need this, and does it really think that I'll do a 283-day job? Wow. So I'm going to need this right here. And do I have any in my personal assets? No. So, all right. This says I'm going to need some. Well, there's not very much for sale here, is there? That's interesting. Not very many. This is research stuff. Oh, I should be researching this, huh? So I'm going to buy 10,000 of these. $12.8 million. Way above. I guess people aren't really buying these too much. That's fine. The price is not a scary thing on this, so. All right. Purchased. And there we go. 10,000 of them. How big is that? Not very big at all. Will fit into my current ship just fine.
Welcome to the Dragons.
The North just followed.
Awesome. Welcome. All right, so we got that part. And so now I've got the materials for that. What we're going to do is I'm going to make some copies. I don't know how many copies yet. I'm going to make some copies. I'm going to take some of those copies into low and manufacture them. And I'm going to take an equal amount of copies into low and into null and into null. And so I'm going to give them the equal amount, one to my Horde guy and another equal amount to my Imperium guy, keeping things all equal. And then I'm going to take my manufacturing character on each side and build them and see what the costs are. And then with the costs, once we've got them built, then we see what the market is in each one of the areas and what kind of profit margin there is or whatever. You know, can I make profit selling them in null? Or is it that the price in null is much, much lower, and so maybe I transport them back to high sec? I don't know. But it's going to be kind of a nice little experiment. It's going to take more than just this particular episode to figure it out. And then we've got some good information on the differences of manufacturing in high sec. Oh, yeah, I'll do a high sec run as well. High sec, low sec, null, null. So, you know, and I suppose if we really wanted to get fancy, we could throw in a null NPC station, but I'm not sure that I want to go that far because I don't really think that I want to manufacture at a null NPC station. NPC null is some of the most dangerous, space in all of the game. More dangerous than wormhole space, more dangerous than low sec, definitely more dangerous than high sec. Right. So I'm going to take this stuff out to my station. I think first I do want to see if I have any manufacturing stuff here that needs to go out. I'm always buying stuff. All right, I do have some stuff to go out. It's a billion at 312 cubic meters. I guess that pretty much fills it up. All right, let me see what my value is here. So that's 401 and 78. Perfect for this type of ship. Not bad at all. How do you determine what stations are NPC? Well, they're not player owned. Jita is an NPC station. Like Astrahus, Tatara, Fortizar, those are all player-owned stations. So I suppose you could look at stations and see whether the corp is NPC or not that owns it. Like this one's owned by Kellery Navy, which is NPC. So, all right. I'm in the wrong ship. How did I get into this ship?
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
This one's for running in null, or in... Here, let me look at my fit here. Man, I'm in Avid. Oh, I know why it's the wrong ship. It's
User rock.
Toxic Waste just subscribed for 23 months.
Toxic Waste, thank you. It's because I'm completely in the wrong ship. Normally, I take... Normally... Where's my other ship? I mean, I'm not transporting high value in this one, so I guess this one would be fine. But where is my other ship? I must have left it someplace, and that's why I'm in this one. Okay. So, Toxic Waste, thank you so much. 23 months is a sub. Next month is a doubling. 230 gold to everybody here in your honor. And I'll have an image for you at the break. So, all right, we're going to take this ship. It'll be fine. This one is more of a, like a low sec setup. Not null. It's a low sec setup to help you survive a gate camp. So, what are we manufacturing? Spike ammo.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I realized when, you know, this stuff's not all set up. I have a very particular way that I set these up all the time. So there's kind of like muscle memory. Like, if some bad shit starts to happen, I pretty much know where the stuff is. Look at all them tornadoes. See? This is dangerous. Damn, that is enough tornadoes to take out anything. Holy cow.
Warp drive active.
Are there any T2 BPOs of ships or just equipment ammo? I think just equipment ammo. So there's like ammo, and then there's modules, stuff. So another person I know has like shield hardeners and you know, some other stuff. I'm not sure, you know, if there's any better stuff. They were kind of an accident. They're like, somebody took care of something in the game and handed them out for people's inconvenience. And then it was realized kind of after the fact, after they couldn't really take them back, that maybe it wasn't the best decision, but it was what it was, and so they went with it. I've heard Hilmar talk about it before. About how hindsight on it is that they really shouldn't have done that. But here it is, and it's created this kind of secondary market on the value of these super expensive BPOs. Which, by the way, when I had it moved out to its location that it's in right now, I valued it at 150 billion, and I think I paid for transport of it from an old manufacturing place to this one like 20 jumps. I think I paid 2 or 3 billion to have someone transport just the BPO. Yeah, quite a few have been destroyed, I'm sure. Yeah. So I do not transport it myself. I will hire somebody to transport it who's willing to take the risk, and I will place the value well over what I think I could sell it for, but I will also pay for that equivalent value. You know, I don't actually plan on moving the BPO again, ever. And so this is part of why this test is gonna tell us something. It's gonna tell us about if I were to take the time to make copies of this and then take those copies out and manufacture them, is that worth it? Or do I just keep manufacturing in HiSec? Because what I've been doing is I just do a run in HiSec 30 days in my station that I've got it in, and I know what the point is to make 50% profit. I never sell for below that, and so it makes a good profit margin. I make typically 50 to 80% margin on it, or profit, should I say. And, you know, that's nice, but if any of you have made ammo before, you know that you can't make, that it takes a long time to make it. So, it's not a... it's not typically hugely profitable. The only time I make ammo is if it's some of the odd stuff and I'm going to use it to turn into faction ammo or something. Otherwise, I typically don't produce ammo because it takes a long time and ties up the production line for very little profit. Well, the profit is good on them. The margin is always good, but you don't get the ISK volume.
Drive active.
So, you know, like for the spike stuff, I can make, I don't know, 300 million worth of it a month or something like that, or I don't know. I don't even remember. We'll see. I've got another batch here that's done. That's just a little over a month worth. Maybe we'll take a look at what it's actually worth.
Drive active.
This ship right here, by the way, is probably 10 years old. So, I've had this one a long time. It's a little tank. And I typically use it only in HiSec, although could use it in low-sec here. All right, we've got a Kronos that is suspect, or is he just low standing? Yes, security status is low. All right, he's taking off.
Drive active.
Hello, Nick Pa. How's it going, buddy? Hello, everybody watching live on YouTube. I am supporting YouTube now, live with every one of the shows. The show disappears once the live show's done and the videos are posted. I still don't have any of the commands working in chat, though, just so y'all know. I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't taken the time to figure it out yet. The store keeps me so busy that I'm just happy to be able to do some shows.
Warp drive active.
Am I coding the new store myself? You know, I kind of had this little bit of a fantasy that maybe I could, and I actually started working on it a little bit. And I got the basic framework done, and I realized that this was not my forte. I'm better at making the money to pay a programmer than I am being a programmer. So, you know.
Warp drive active.
So that's where it's at. I have a couple of programmers, QA, project manager. It's a big project. We have a date set for publishing it. I'm starting to wonder if we can hit it. We may not hit it. I have a meeting on Tuesday to see whether or not it's still feasible. Bunny, you're doing IRL hauling in an 18-wheeler? That's awesome, buddy. I drove truck for a little bit before I was 21. Did you know that you can drive a semi if you have the proper licensing and everything in some states before you're 21? But you can only do it intrastate. You can't go interstate. You can't go out of state lines. And so I did that in Oregon for a couple of years. Convinced my boss at like 18 that I could do it. And he's like, here's the keys to a cab. I want you to move these trailers around. Don't damage anything. And prove to me that you can do it. And I did it. And then he said, do you think you can back in a double? And I'm like, I don't know, but I'm willing to try. And I did it. I backed in a double trailer into a dock. And then he started giving me some runs doing it. So, I'll say though that most of my work was in a hoopy, it was like, I don't know, 36-foot truck, straight truck, lift gate, doing air freight. I'd go to the airport, I'd pick up something really hot, and I'd drive who knows where. Yeah, so, you know. So, hello, Vector Gamer. Yes, and in air freight, you transport everything from like mainframe computers worth $1 million each pallet, all the way down to something as simple as, or as small as an organ transplant that needs to go from the plane to the hospital ASAP. And I did do one organ transplant that was kind of wild because they said, you're not going to take a truck for it, you're going to take your personal car, and we're going to pay you mileage. And back then, I think they paid me 50 cents a mile, which plus my regular pay and everything, And back then, I think we got, I don't know, 15 cents a mile is kind of what the normal was. So 50 cents a mile is really good. I'm like, okay. And I had to drive from Portland, Oregon to Klamath Falls with an organ transplant. I don't know why they didn't fly it into a closer airport, but that's where it ended up. I went out, met the plane, get the cooler. They put them in coolers. They're packed in ice and stuff, and immediately headed to the hospital for the waiting patient. I have no idea what happened with the patient. I just know that I delivered the organ on time. So, yep. All right, here is my station. On time and under budget? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That one paid quite well. Yeah, and I was like probably 19 at the time, maybe 20. You know, and that run probably, I don't know. I probably got paid $400 or $500 for doing it. So, which was amazing money at that age back then. All right, we made it. So this is my manufacturing facility. Yeah, you're hauling lime for a steel plant. 79 tons. Damn, that's your total weight after you got the load? Because 79 tons would put you overweight if you're in the States, to where you'd have to be, you know, special licenses for that, or whatever they call them. It's been a long time since I drove truck. Okay, so now I have in here corporate hangars. Everything is in these corporate hangars. And let's see here, as far as items go, I've got some gas here I've huffed. I've got some spike. And so 1 million spike is worth 194 million. So, all right, let me look in my materials here. I think that I have my stuff in here for, yeah, I've got my PI stuff in here too. So some of this stuff is PI, and oh, here's the PI one. So yeah. So I've been buying PI components on the market, low-level components when they're cheap.
Balls of steel.
And
just subscribed. Good morning.
Good morning. And Jackwagon. All right, 59 months. So at some point, I'll take all of this stuff and I'll set up, lines in PI to process it. And I've been buying it on the cheap. And so when people are selling it cheap, I buy it. And I usually constantly have buy orders for this stuff up all the time. And but it's a really slow process, I would say. It's not, oops, I dropped that into the T3 BPO. I didn't mean to do that. Let's see here. PI. So, and then got one more thing here before I get distracted. Materials. More fight. All right, so there we go. Okay, now Jackwagon. So Jackwagon, thank you very much for the sub. Let's see, 59 months. That is really great. Where does 59 months put us? 2,360 gold to everyone here in Jackwagon's honor. Thank you, buddy. And we'll have an image for you, hopefully at the break. By the way, I did post, so each of the last Eve shows, the live shows, yes, that explains my dedication to hauling because I used to drive trucks. I just put up a in the live show giveaways. Let's see here. Can I bring up a picture of it? Right here. It's level 13. It's high level for Hype Train, but that is a full-on master bundle, skill bundle, and I think what they were worth about $50, something like that. Anyway, there are multiple new things in here. If you haven't gotten in on any of the giveaways recently, exclamation point giveaway in Twitch, link in the description on YouTube. And if you're watching live, if you're not watching live, the link goes to our monthly giveaways. But if you happen to be watching a video while I happen to be live, this category would be available as well. Anybody can get in on the giveaways. And if you are the winner, then you'll receive an email with the code in it from our store. And you do not need to be present to win. 1 entry per person. Got to have an account in our store. Also, those of you who are live, there is a Plex sale at the moment, 20% off Plex, celebrating Minmatar liberation with some Minmatar skins, and so that is on right now. Ends Saturday, midnight UTC. All right. So there is that stuff. And then, okay, so I finished the manufacturing of this. And this is what 2.75 million is what I'm able to manufacture in 30 days of Spike. And it's worth 534 million. And I am making around, well, it depends on what it's selling for, but I try and make a minimum of 50% margin. And so minimum, I'm making about 250 million. And so, Blowfield, you play Eve because of me. All right. You're a 10-day new bro. Oh, Bofeld, welcome to the game. Thanks for being here, and feel free to ask any questions, and we'll see if we have answers. Yada yada yada.
Dragons have balls of steel.
All right.
K1NGZ4PP4 just subscribed.
All right. King Zappa. Oh, and that started a hype train. So, if we hit hype train level 1 or higher, there will be a giveaway. Halfway through level 1. It's King Zappa. And let's see here, 55 months as a sub. What does that equal?
Oh, nice.
That equals 2,200 gold to everybody here.
Quagan just cheered 1,000 bits.
Oh, that does it. All right, guaranteed. We have got a giveaway, exclamation point giveaway. Get in on it.
I'm an equal opportunity ass kicker.
Show signed just subscribed.
Okay, so Jackwagon, thank you for those 1,000 bits. There is 10,000 gold to everybody here in your honor. And then Shosendar, T2 sub, tier 2, 102 months. Damn. 102 months. I'm going to have to math that one at tier 2. 102 months, tier 2, 16,320 gold. 16,300 gold to everybody here in Shosundar's honor. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated. And we'll have an image for you at the break as well. So, all right. And we are hype train level 1. If we go further, maybe a different giveaway. Level 1 is the skill extractor, which is worth about 430, 440 million right now in JITA, or you can use it. And so, okay. So I have more spike here. And in all honesty, I can make more than what is purchased in JITA, unless I want to go down. If I want to go down to like a 20% profit level, then I can sell it out all day. But I don't typically do that. Typically, if I get too much in JITA, then I'll transport down to a MAR or something like that, and put stuff down there. So I've got 4 million worth right here, which is 728,000 in value. So, all right. Now, I unloaded my other stuff. No. Okay, so into materials goes this right here, which is what we're going to need for the copying. And so, all right, we are going to take a break here. So if you're watching live, don't go anywhere. Those of you watching YouTube video, see you in the next episode.